Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Yes, I'm still a demonstrator. Yes, I'm still here. I am live with you on Wednesday. No idea what the date is. May 12. And oops, and something's in my way. And I'm gonna, while you guys are coming on, hopefully you know to come find me finally. I tried to give you enough warning. While you're coming on, I'm going to find me on here. Dot is on. Hello. You haven't gone to bed yet? I assume you're still working third shift. I gotta find my comments. Oh, no comments yet. That's part of my problem. Good morning. Let me see if I can see them now. Now I can see my comments. Hello. So are you still working third shift? Sorry, my allergies have been... Hi, Cindy. My allergies have been goofy in the mornings lately. Kind of annoying. I can't use too many or I'm going to run out of my box here. Almost. Oh, you're almost ready for bed? Is that what you were saying? Thank you for sharing. Hi, Marcia. I'm glad that you're here. So for those of you who may not, thanks for sharing already, Cindy. For those of you who may not, hi, Terry, follow me on Facebook, but just, gotcha. But just, hi Kathy. Maybe you just follow me on YouTube. So I've been gone for the past couple weeks. My mom passed away, and a couple weeks before that, I was going to the hospital every day. And anyway, here I am. And now I'm going to be gone. Actually, I'm here today, but hi Jamie. I'm here today, but I will be gone the next 2 weeks. We will be on an incentive trip for Stampin' Up! And I'm so excited. Still third shift. Gotcha. So just explaining to those of you who don't follow me on my blog or follow me on Facebook, but just see me on YouTube. Sorry I've been absent. A lot going on. I was thinking today, I don't know why this came to mind. Thanks, Cindy. I don't know why this came to mind. For some reason, birth dates came to mind. And there was a period of time, because we had just gone through this with Todd's dad back in January. For some, with having to use all the times that you say somebody's birthday that you're taking care of or whatever, and it doesn't help that Dad's was in November also, and mine's in November, and so I had to think twice when it was finally time for me to say my birthday, like at a doctor's office or whatever. I'm like, wait a minute, what is it? And now, so Dad's birthday was stuck in my head, now Mom's birthday, it's stuck in my head. It's just a weird thing. Anyway, I'm here, I'm glad to be here. I know. I can't wait to relax on my trip. I am really looking forward to it. And anyway, I have my randomizer set. You guys probably don't even remember what I made last. I have one sitting here, but it's not the right one. I mean, it's an undone one, but there's a done one over there. Remember I made my, a kit. So you get the box too, and I made 4 cards, but I'm only doing one giveaway because I'm giving the box and the 4 cards. So anyway, I'm going to do that quick before, thank you. So I don't forget, my mind is mush lately. So hopefully you remember to say that you shared, because that's how you get because that's how you get in my drawing, is you have to share my video. So I'm running it right now. Oh, Sherry Moore is my winner. I just saw her last night. Hi, Lenny. I'm glad that you're here. I don't know if you do you normally? I feel like I don't normally see you come on here, so I'm glad that you joined me today. Maybe you watch later usually or something. So Sherry Moore is my winner, and I realized last night that I realized that last night I forgot to give, thanks for sharing, I forgot to give, I have gifts for my club members, and I forgot to give them last night, and they're not something that I can just mail. And so any of you who are on, I know Terry is on, you are on, and you are, sorry, a message came up and that totally lost my train of thought. In my club tomorrow, I have gifts for you, so remind me that I have gifts. Because I might just forget again. That's just how I roll lately. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to show... Okay, so I have to apologize. I kept having to apologize last night at club. I've barely looked at the new catalog, though it's gorgeous. I've ordered quite a few things from it because I wanted to get my orders in right away. Oh, Mary is watching. Hi, Mary. I wanted to get my order in right away because I had stuff that I needed to do. I had swaps that I needed to do. Anyway, I've placed orders, but I've barely looked at the catalog, and I don't know all the in colors yet, the new in colors, though they're gorgeous. Excuse me. So I apologize if I'm like, I don't know what page it's on. What color is this again? That's just where I'm at right now. So, but I have some cool things that I want to show you. Unless I have a problem somewhere along the way or something, my intent is to show you 3 different stamp sets. And they kind of all are, they don't all work together, but, hi Rita. But this is my reminder for tomorrow. I'll forget by then. Thanks, Kathy. You're a real big help. Speaking of reminders for tomorrow, don't forget your adhesive for tomorrow. Because I forgot to remind people yesterday, but they did okay. What was I saying? 3 stamp sets. I was going to say they all work together, but they don't all work together. But I used them sort of, I used one with the second and the second with a third. And anyway, so I just have some stuff to show you. And I am showing you some new colors. Let me see. 1, 2, I guess just 2 new colors. Yesterday I posted, on my blog, I posted my swap that I did. And it used fresh freesia. That's the one that I know for sure. Oh, and I also know soft succulents. Those are my, or soft succulent. I don't know if there's an S or not. There's a, just one S, no S. Just one soft succulent. That's what our color is. Those are probably my 2 favorites out of the all 5. Another one is pale papaya. That's orangey. Oh, I forgot I'm using that today. I'm not using the fresh freesia today. And what? Polished pink. And there's evening evergreen. Those are our new colors. And I thought about stamping up something to show you while I'm live here, but you can't always tell colors on my live, so I didn't bother with that. So, so I already did my randomizer, and remember, for you to be entered into my drawing for what I'm going to be making, which it won't happen for a couple weeks, you need to share my video. So I'm going to put you down, and I will show you, I'll show you each stamp set before I start rather than try to show it up here. So hopefully I forgot how to do this. Oh, the wand. I need the wand, and then I need to unbackwards you and upside down you. And here we are. Okay. I'm going to pull it. Oh, so sorry. I hit it. I'm going to pull this down a little bit too. I'm trying to get it square. That seems pretty good. Okay, so the first set that I'm going to be using is called Artistically Inked. I just think this looks really cool, and I'm going to use this a couple different ways. I love that there's lots of different fonts in here. I'm not sure if you call this a watercolor sort of images or what, I don't know, but I'm going to start with a really simple card using this and two new ink colors, which are the Pale Papaya and the Soft Succulent. Just one Succulent. Oh, and I forgot, I'm going to use a set of dies too. So I'm going to show you really quick. So this is, this set of dies is from the bundle called Color and Contour, and actually that's the set that I used in my swap yesterday. And this they're all a little bit different. These frames dies. Yeah, I know. I didn't think to get the designer paper, but it's a need. You just remind me. I need to write that down. I need to write Sherry's name down too, so I don't forget. Okay, Sherry is my winner, and I need ink DSP. It's a specialty one. I think there might be gold like through it. Anyway, there's the scalloped frame. This is almost the size of a card that has the little holes in it. This one, the next one is scalloped with little dots, like as the stitching. This next one is scalloped with little dashes as the stitching. And this one's really different. This one actually cuts. There's the scallop, and then there's a cut here and a dot, and a cut here and a dot, and a cut here and a dot. Anyway, so in my, I don't know if you noticed in my sample yesterday, but through the cut part, I don't know if I have it close. I have an extra one sitting here. I'm going to see if I can find it. Oh, I found it already. My ribbon that I use, which I love the new ribbon, it's amazing. Here's my swap that I shared yesterday. So I have this ribbon, it's through those cut parts. So this whole line right here is cut, and so I wrap the ribbon through that. I don't know if you can tell that or not. But anyway, it's a little bit, they're all a little bit different. So today, I want to use this one. It has the scallop plus just the little dots as the piercing or stitching or whatever you want to call it. Oh, I'm getting stuff everywhere. Okay. And I'm going to do something a little bit different. We did this sort of last night on my club. You know what? I'm not going to put this machine in camera. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. So I have this die. Why does this look lopsided? Sorry. It just looks lopsided. Okay, so I have this die that I'm going to use on this piece. All I want actually is the scallop and the stitching, these dots of stitching, just to be a border type cut. So I cut this to be, you can see that I can actually tuck it in between here. I don't want the whole edge, the sides done. Hi, Christy. I don't want the sides done. I just want this one length done. So I'm going to run it through like this, and I'm not going to bother putting this in camera for you. I showed you how I'm going to do it, and you'll see. If you don't understand what I'm doing, you'll see it once I'm done. Just a second. Of course, now I have things in my way because I moved things everywhere. I could have used my mini boss. Oops. I could have used my mini boss, but I don't like using it for bigger dies. It's difficult. Okay, so here is my piece that I have. So, oh, I didn't do it well. Now I need my scissors. I must have bumped it or bounced it or something because I still got the edge here. So I'm cutting this off. Normally I would use my trimmer, but I'm not doing that. So I'm going to want to cut this off too a little bit, I think. We'll see. No, we'll be fine. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted this this border here with the, can you see the stitching? With the stitched and the scalloped. So that's just for a little interest on here. Okay, so all the little things that get stuck to my cutting mats are all over my thing here. All right, now what I'm gonna do is pull my stamp set over here. So I have this flower that I'm gonna use on my well, it's not Whisper White anymore. Well, mine still might be Whisper White, but Basic White is what you can buy now. So I'm going to ink this up on my Pale Papaya. And I'm going to stamp it at the top and stamp it at the bottom. So there's my flowers. And then I want to stamp my leaves. So I kind of just want to fill in a little bit. I don't want all the white totally filled in. I want there to just be some of this color here, but I'm not trying to fill in all the white. I just want it here. And then I decided that I'm going to use soft suede. I just thought that this would go good with these colors. For the center of the flower, and you can kind of put it however on here, just so it makes the center. And then there's also these little dots that I want to, I'm stamping off first. I don't want them to be as dark as the center of the flower. So there is my card's almost done. All right, and then there's a happy birthday in here that I'm going to use, but I want black with this. I almost always use black or early espresso, or maybe Night of Navy sometimes for my words. I just like them to be dark. I like them to be able to be seen. So I have happy birthday. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this together, and then I have one last touch that I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm just starting with adhesive on this edge because I'm going to put this on here first. So I want my stitching to show. And I just sort of want to, I don't know, I wanted to add a different kind of edge rather than just do a frame of color around it. I just wanted it to be a little bit different. Thank you. I'm glad that you love this. Okay, So we're going to put this on here. Okay, so my card's basically done, except that it's so simple. I'm not actually adding any embellishments at all, but I want to add a little shimmer. So I'm using my Wink of Stella. You guys won't be able to see this very well because it never really shows up on camera well. But if you like tip it in the sunlight, then you can see it. So I'm just doing, I guess we'll call the petals of the flower to add some shimmer. All right, why Black Stays On versus Memento? Well, first of all, Black Stays On is my favorite black of all time. And actually you're going to see me using it the rest of the time today, even though I have photopolymer. So remind me, just in case. So I like Black Stays On best. It is a lot darker than Memento. I personally feel like and think it looks like, even in my sample that I made for myself for a different card before I decided that I was going to switch, I feel like Memento goes kind of gray, and I just like nice dark black Stays On. So that's my preference for that. But also, because it's red rubber, Black Stays On is okay to use on it. You're not supposed to use it with photopolymer unless you clean it right away. And today I am using it with photopolymer and cleaning it right away. So if you don't see me clean it, or I don't tell you I'm cleaning it, remind me that I need to do that, because I really, really want it to be black today. So that's what I'm doing. So thank you. I'm glad that you like it. So that's my first card. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is definitely like peachy looking. This color is. It's called Papaya, but it looks peachy. On camera it might look a little bit yellow, which I guess it's sort of close to So Saffron, but it definitely is orangey. So, okay, so my next card, I'm not worried about cleaning these right now. I'm just going to get them out of the way. My next card, I'm still using this Artistically inked stamp set. That's this one. But I'm also adding in, this is one of my favorite stamp sets in the catalog, this Biggest Wishes. I adore that it's so big, and I also adore that you have the combination of the two fonts, the big bold, or even it doesn't always have to be bold, but the fact that it's printed or manuscript or whatever you want to call it, and then this is cursive or script. I love that combination, and I love that it's big and bold. So we're going to be using two of these. So when I saw this stamp set, it made me think of one of my favorite techniques, which is using baby wipes. So that's how I'm going to start. I better find my stuff first before I get my baby wipes ready. Okay, so I'm going to be using this. All right, so I just need a single baby wipe. So what I'm going to be doing, sorry, I guess I shouldn't talk while I'm doing crinkling things. I am folding up this baby wipe. I'm making an ink pad, and normally I would probably do a square kind of ink pad, but I'm doing a long one, long skinny one, because, where is it? Oh, here it is, duh. Because this is the stamp that I'm going to use. So this just makes me think of this technique. So this is long, so I need to make an ink pad that's as long as, or a little bit longer than, my stamp. Okay, so I'm using 3 colors. I have here Bermuda Bay, Granny Apple Green, and Daffodil Delight. This is definitely something that you experiment with as far as colors that you have and what works together. Sometimes the colors might work okay, but you need a different mix. Like sometimes you need... Hi, Jamie. I'm glad that you're here. So I'm using these 3 colors, and you just need to experiment like a good mix, whatever that you can find. So I'm starting with Bermuda Bay. Am I on camera? Yeah. Sometimes I forget that. So I'm dropping ink randomly on this baby wipe. So I'm aiming for it to look, just a sec, for it to look, I need it to be long enough, long as my stamp. Now I'm going to do Granny Apple Green, and I'm just sort of, you want there not to be white left in between the colors. So I'm kind of going in between these dots here. And now I'm going to fill in all the rest with Daffodil Delight. So if I see any white peeking through, I'm going to aim for getting my Daffodil Delight in there. All right, I think we're pretty well filled there. So as you can see, maybe you couldn't tell, but like when you do it, it sort of wicks out and it sort of spreads. So it helps you fill in the gaps. Okay, so I'm gonna ink this up, and I'm actually gonna be inking it up twice. So I want to keep in mind that I'm placing my stamp on the same spot in general each time that I do it. Oh, I'm off camera. Okay, so there's my inking of it. Okay, now I'm going to re-ink it again, and I'm just wanting to make sort of a background here. All right, I know that was a lot of work for one little background, but I love this technique, and I thought it looked cool with this stamp. This stamp actually made me think of this sort of look, so I just made my own background. Obviously, it would make more sense to do several more of these. Thanks. It would make sense to do more of these before it dries out, but I'm not gonna take time to do that. So anyway, so I have this, and now I need to set this aside so I don't get my arm in it. And I need a pad under here. Okay, so this is a Photopolymer Stamp Set. These, The Biggest Wish. And I'm going to do Hello Friend. And I want to do hello in, thank you. I'm going to do hello in Bermuda Bay. So this, with all that busyness, you definitely want something dark. You don't want to choose your lighter color for it. So I have hello. And really it might have been good to even use my Stamparatus so that I could stamp it again and get it darker, but I'm not doing that. Okay, so now this is the time I need to make sure that I clean my stamp. Hello is okay, but friend, I'm doing in Stays On. I really wanted this to be dark because of so much color busyness in the background. I want this to be nice and dark. So I'm going against the rules and I'm stamping this in Stays On with my photopolymer. Ooh, look how dark that is though. Nice. Memento wouldn't stay that dark. In fact, I'll have to show you my sample when I'm done. Okay, I'm cleaning right now. Just a second. I am not moving on until I clean it. It's important, if you've not heard this before, it's important to either not use Stays on your photopolymer stamps. You should use Memento instead, or you need to clean it immediately. Stays On is solvent based, and so it can dry out photopolymer. I actually I've ruined stamps that were especially really fine ones. I ruined a set one time because when the stamp goes around in class, I obviously am not cleaning it right away, and it was too tiny and it started just chipping off. The words started chipping off. So anyway, so here's my Hello Friend. And now I'm going to put this on black. This is annoying to have to get started. I have found that the longer strips that I can use, the better. So I probably go through more adhesive doing that, but did I want to do that? I think I wanted to offset it. Just a second. No, I guess I didn't. I'm just tipping it. That's all I'm doing. Okay. So we'll do this again. And I'm going to tip this on here. So this card, I got it the right way. Didn't want to put it on here upside down. So this cardstock is Bermuda Bay, as is this ink right here. And last thing that I want to do is add some matte black dots. So I'm going to do a big one and a small one in this corner, and I'm going to do the same thing opposite way over here. Do a big one, oops, I need it closer. There, here's my card. All right, so now put this back away. Oops. All right, so now I'm using this same Biggest Wishes stamp set with the next one. So let me get this out of the way for the moment. Thank you. Oh, I should show you another one. So I tried another one. I wasn't sure. Oh, this will show you the difference too. Okay, so I did a totally different color. Just a sec. I'm going to show you the other one that's more like it first, and then I'm going to show you the other colors that I chose. Okay, so here is the first card that I made. Here's the one that I just made. Can you see how the Memento, it just softens to more of a gray? It's just not and it's not just because this is wetter. That's just how it is. But Memento softens. So anyway, so there's that. But while I have this was me playing still. I was trying to use the older set of In colors. Here you totally can see it, that this softened to a gray as opposed to this one. So these colors are Just Jade, Moonlight, Misty Moonlight, and what's the other one? Oh, Bumblebee. So that was another one. Okay, so now I am using the Biggest Wish again. Sorry, my ink refills are rolling everywhere. I need to get them out of the way. And I'm about to sneeze. I'm going to blow my nose before I do this. Just a sec. Jamie, that's a lovely thought, except that I'm all about ease, and pulling out embossing powder is not an ease of mine. I rarely emboss, but But thank you for the thought. I appreciate that. All right. Here's my other set that I'm going to work with. This Party Puffins. Does anybody know if they very much, to me, look like penguins? Does anybody know if they're like related in any way? Yeah, I can totally tell tree pollen is high today. I don't know, for the past week at least, I've been like this. Mostly in the morning, which I know is a bad time for pollen and whatever. Anyway, so using Party Puffins, but I still wanted to use my Biggest Wish. I love these. And I'm going to show you one of my favorite things to do with something like this. So, first thing that I'm doing is I'm pulling out my Stamparatus. Can you believe all the things that I'm using today? I never do all this sort of stuff. Okay. Now, with what I'm doing, does everybody know what a Stamparatus is, what it does, why it's lovely? It's a positioning tool. It allows you to stamp in the same spot over and over again with the use of a grid, with the use of magnets. Everybody know about that? I am doing one of my very favorite ways to use this today. And I am, love what you do, have to go for now. I didn't even see her on, Nancy. Hi and bye. They live in the Arctic, opposite side of the world from penguins, but I don't know if they're somehow related. Well, that seems, thank you for that information, Jamie, but that seems weird. It seems like they wouldn't be related then if they're like that far away. All right. Okay, so what I'm doing, I have this piece of cardstock, and you can't see it, but I have some adhesive down here. I sometimes with smaller pieces, or depending on where you're going to stamp on the piece, sometimes it's hard to keep your your cardstock to stay down. And so I'm doing something to help it, which is I put a little bit of adhesive on my, you can buy this this matte grid paper specifically for the Stamparatus. Do you know why they discontinued the carrying case? My biggest guess would be that people weren't buying it. I mean, it would be that's the only thing I can think of. If people aren't buying it as much as they would want, and they need room in the catalog for other new stuff, that would be my thought. They are not related, different species. Okay, how do people know all these things? Did you also wonder, or are you learning for your grandkids to tell them, or how do you know these things? Okay, so as I mentioned, there's adhesive behind here. This is where I'm going to be stamping. I'm also holding down just my grid paper here with my magnet, and then I'm holding the actual cardstock down on this end. Okay, now I already did this. Hopefully you guys have seen the Stamparatus. Maybe I should just do it. I'm gonna clean this and show you, just in case you haven't done it, or somebody on YouTube that is going to be watching and hasn't done it, or whatever. Seems like all you guys know it, but I don't know. So I cleaned my stamp a second. So I'm going to show you what I did to set this up. So I have my happy here, and I'm lining it up right at the top corner here. So hopefully we're straight. It looks straight to me. So I have everything's already like in place and held down with magnets, and I use adhesive because sometimes it still wants to pop up, because like I can't put a magnet right there because that's where I'm stamping. So here's my stamp, and because it's photopolymer, I also have, this comes with a cushion here, So I have the cushion here. You need that with photopolymer. You do not with the red rubber. So now I'm going to press on here, and I'm picking up my stamp. See, it wants to lift there, especially no ink on it. Ugh. Now I got to reline it up just a second. When it has ink on it, it's not quite that bad. All right, let me make sure I'm still lined up okay. All right, we're good. Okay, now another thing that helps is having a stamp case underneath over here so that you can ink it up well. And yes, my plate is all stained and stuff like that. I might have tried like StazOn cleaner on it before, but I don't know. Okay, so I have this happy that I'm inking up. This is Pool Party. And is it inked well? Yeah. Okay. Well, if it's not inked well, that's the perfect reason to use the Stamparatus, is you can go back and do it. So I inked up my happy here, and this is called, I think it's called step down method. So when you use this, you have this lined up here. You also can have another one up here to use another time. So you need it standing straight up and down. You almost missed me. You tip it and you go down a notch. And now I'm going to ink it up again in Pool Party. And stamp it. Tip it, bring it down, ink it up again in Pool Party. And stamp it. And for this size, I almost changed my size, but I decided not to. For this size, it's 3 inches. Oh, I just did something that I didn't tell you about. Okay, so once you have this adhesive on, you just want it in one spot. You don't want it in 2 spots, because when you have it down, you can twist it to get it off, and then you can deal with it however. So this is 3 inches wide, or tall, I don't know how you want to describe that. And as you can see, I'm stamped off a little bit at the bottom, but these letters make it okay. It's fine that it's stamped off. I could have made it a little bit taller, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm done with that. Now what I want, now I need cushion back under here. Where did I put it? All right, the cushion's back under here. Now I want birthday. Okay, this is one I need to clean again too. I better close my ink pad. Okay, because I am using StazOn again with photopolymer, that's a no-no around here, except that I am cleaning it immediately when I'm done. That's the only time that you should do StazOn with photopolymer, is if you're going to clean it. Okay, now I want to go across all these happies. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Ah, I love the dark black on there. Look how cool that is. I love that. I love stamping right across it. I'm cleaning. I am not going to forget. I will not do that. So I have to do it immediately so that my mind is set. Okay. And I personally like the Stampin' Scrub better than the, what's the other thing called? Chamois, Simply Chamois. Especially, anyway, for like getting the StazOn off. That works better. Okay, so I have my base here. And now, oh, I don't need the cushion anymore. Okay, so my puffin, my party puffin, to be exact, is red rubber, so I don't have to worry about cleaning that one. And that also means I don't need the cushion underneath, so I just slipped my cushion out from under here. All right, so I'm going to stamp him. Ha, he's so cute. Here's my party puffin. Ha, thank you. Okay, now I'm just using regular markers because I'm using StazOn. I didn't want photopolymer for reasons I already discussed. I think actually the end of his beak is actually red, but that didn't go with what I'm doing here, so I'm just going with the orange. Pumpkin pie, to be exact. So I'm doing his feet in that. All right, and then I'm gonna do the polka dots and pool party. Do you have any stay in cleaner in a spray bottle? No, I don't. Do you? I don't use it often, but I'm a little bit sad that we don't carry that anymore for when somebody actually needs it. All right, and then Old Olive is what I'm going with. Now, the reason that I chose these colors is because I'm still loving the Ice Cream Corner designer paper. And I'm going to use this. I love StazOn Cleaner first. Yes, definitely. Okay, so here's my card so far. Now, I want to add a little, I'm adding this little tiny piece of designer paper. I tried ribbon on a different card, and it just seemed weird, but I sort of felt like I need, sorry, I'm looking for something that's buried here. I felt like I need a barrier here. I just wanted it. So I'm using this designer paper. And what I was looking for was this silicone mat. It gets so dirty. Thank you. First of all, I'm using the silicone mat because then the adhesive doesn't stick to my cardstock. And I needed to get this skinny little piece all covered with it. So I went with this color scheme because of the designer paper that I'm going to be going with. It's a great way to choose your colors is by looking at designer paper you have. Even if you're not going to use it on your project, Stampin' Up knows how to coordinate colors, let me tell you. I have little extras sticking out here. Okay, so here's just a little bit of border here. I just wanted him to be separate. Okay, now I have a Z-fold card. I don't just heard you spraying. I only know about the dab on. Yeah, making sure. You are correct. Yeah, I was just using regular cleaner when I did that. So I have a Z-fold card so that it opens like this. So you have to, you cut it so the lengthwise, so it's 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And then the score lines for this way are 3 1/4 and 6 inches. That's how I do my Z-fold card anyway. So I have this. I'm going to attach this to, by the way, did you notice I haven't had too much trouble with this adhesive still being on here from the Stamparatus? So when you do this, you put it right onto your grid paper. You don't put it onto your cardstock, and then it stays for the next time that you're using it too. So putting adhesive on here. Putting it down in black. Just makes it pop. I love it, except I put it down goofy. I might have cut it goofy is the problem. Okay, so now we want this here. So I need to keep in mind that I'm not putting adhesive behind here that's going to be off this Z. So I'm going to go just outside of hopefully I did that right, otherwise I'll have to move it over. Just to the right of this piece here. I like how my lines, was intended, but just bringing it to your attention. I like how my lines are offset. So my line from this designer paper is here, my line for the Z is here, my line for the end of it is here. Now, last thing that I want to do, this is probably my favorite part of the DSP from the ice cream. What's it called again? Ice cream. Hi, Carrie. Ice cream corner. That's what it was, I think. So I'm going to put this here. There. Here's my card. Isn't that awesome? I totally love this look, and he's adorable. And this can use this designer paper is going away by the end of June, by the way. That's when the mini catalog is no longer. You're welcome for the great tips. I hope they help you. Okay, so that's done for my stamping, and so I'm going to put you back up. I got to remember how to do this again. It's so weird. I haven't done it in a long time. Okay, on the upside down, you put you backwards again, and here I am, but I got to lift it because I pulled it down. Yeah, that's all right. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. I don't think I had any more embellishments I was going to do. Sometimes I forget my embellishments because I'm like, yay, it's done. Ha. Okay. Oh, I usually show you up here. I forgot. So here's the last card that I just did. It's a Z fold. I love him. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking a while because I've been told before that like I'm so fast when I show this. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. All right, and here, is this the right one? Yeah. Here's my hello friend. So these sets that I use, well, I'll put them on my on the description of this video also. But I used Biggest Wish. Those were the big bold things. Party Puffins and Artistically Inked. Thank you for sharing. And here's my last one. Happy birthday. Yes, I will do measurements as well. I haven't measured them yet, but yes, I will. All right. So I think that's all that I have. Thank you. I'm glad that you joined me today. I first had in mind that I was just going to do one card because I wasn't sure what I was up to. And then I actually designed yesterday and last night and this morning. Thank you. And then I decided, well, I need to do more because I can and because, yeah, go pack now. No, go do taxes now, Jamie. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, I can't even deal with the craziness of trying to travel right now and go to Hawaii of all things, Maui of all things. But I'm really excited. But Oh, I wanted to give you extra stuff and not just drop you with one card and then be gone again for 2 weeks. Yes, I don't like taxes. I lost my organization quite a few years ago when a certain program stopped working with my bank, and then went away. And it just, I haven't gotten a good plan since then. So that is my next thing, because I have a club tomorrow too, but I'm all cut for the club. I just have to put stuff in envelopes for it. Thank you. A rest sounds wonderful. So, remember to share my video, and even though it will be another 2 weeks before I am back, Because it won't be next week, it won't be the following week, it'll be after that. Well, for this week at least, have a wonderful time. Oh, I enjoy your life. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Yes, I will draw names, so I'll have 3 names to draw, so make sure that you share, and I will let you know next time. I'll warn you when I'm coming on, but I think it will end up being like the first week in June, because we'll still be on our way back. Thank you. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm all done. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me. And not forgetting about me. I was afraid people weren't going to go because you're not used to it. I haven't been here every day. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So glad I got to watch. Thank you. All right. Have a good day. Bye.